Hello, one and all. Welcome back to College Football 25. We are here for our second game of the season, and it's a huge one, baby. Our early schedule is pretty front-loaded as we play two ranked teams back-to-back weeks, starting off with the number 20th ranked USC Trojans in the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, the 1,000-year-old stadium. At least that's what it looks like and feels like, but it's really about 100. Or so years. But it is also the home of the Trojans, who use maybe about 80% of it. That fan right there looks like that Chargers fan, that Chargers super fan from last year. You guys remember that? The Chargers super fan? Completely fake, by the way. That's my tinfoil hat conspiracy. That chick was completely a plant. Completely fake. No one cares about the Chargers that much, especially like that comically. Come on now. Let's be real. Anyway, talking about college football. We managed to put on a pretty strong showing in our first game against FCS West. It was FCS West, so this is our first real test, I guess, against a real team, but it is kind of the test, quite the test here. It is a Power 5 team, and it's the 20th ranked one, so Lincoln Riley's team has been a little shaky here so far, but hopefully we can catch them slipping as now off of the kickoff, and we have some open space here, and with a burst of speed, no one is going to catch up, and he's off, man. White Boy's got some wheels, and he's gone, and it's a kickoff return to start the game here in Los Angeles, or rather, should I say just Southern California, just somewhere in SoCal. But it is a humongous kick return to start this game off. Absolutely amazing, man. I can't believe this. I had one of these before in just one of my trial games, and I was kind of impressed with myself. I'm like, I'll never do that again, but that's how we start off this game. So we get a nice little leg up here over USC to start things off, but on offense here, I don't know if that play just fell apart or if that was a designed quarterback run, but regardless, he gets the ball spit out of his hands, gets absolutely put in a spin cycle, and there were two big guys on the O-line that were right in position, but they couldn't get hands on it, and it is a Aggie that comes up with it, so already two pretty massive blunders by USC is going to give us a huge leg up in this ball game, man. I was completely shocked by that. Mike Larson's one of our better players here. I don't know if he caused the fumble or just recovered it. No, he caused it, man. Just a huge hit, just leading with the shoulder and just knocking that ball out. So, but after a massive sack, it's going to be 3rd and 21 for Utah State's offense. There's pressure in the face, and it's an absolute bomb all the way downfield, and it is hauled in. In a jump ball scenario, one-on-one, we take that matchup, and somehow it is an Aggie who comes down with it. What is happening in L.A.? What is going on? Spencer Petras, man, pressure in his face again, takes a bit of a shot here, but uncorks a 50-yarder downfield, and somehow we have a receiver come down with it, man. I am absolutely floored. So on 2nd and 6, pressure again, we're going to find the tight end across the middle who just cuts upfield just to get past the sticks here, not trying to get to the corner there. So 1st and goal, we're going to try and get into the end zone, and there's a man on the floor, and Faison's going to run right past him and get to the 1-inch yard line. So we're going to try and get to him again, and he gets gobbled up. Now, USC had that one completely covered, and that is going to do it for the first quarter of play. We are knocking on USC's door, man, looking to take a 14-point lead over the 20th ranked Trojans on the road. Can you freaking believe it, man? And this is a hostile environment, but all the effects of that haven't really been felt so far. The stadium pulse is high, but we've been running pretty well, and so trying to pass it through the air, the running back was open. That was Briggs Jr. Briggs Jr. was open for about 5 seconds until I finally decided to throw the ball. I think I was just like, my brain was trying to calculate, like, throw it. But we managed to get it to Briggs Jr. in the end zone. We are going to take a 14-0 lead over the Trojans, man. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that, man. This might be one of those games, you know, in every single college football season, there's always one team that's highly ranked, and they just get slipped up early on, and everyone's just like, what? They lost to them by the end of the season when they're like 10-1. This might be that game. This could be that game. I don't want to say it, but this could be that game. So we completely missed the screen pass that USC was cooking up, but we managed to cover it well here. And so now on 2nd and 2, try to keep USC from getting the first down as they are already well within field goal range. So we're just going to try and limit them to 3 points. And now the man that they sent in motion is completely wide open. Our defense did nothing to cover that up. And it's going to be a huge first down for USC here. And it's a 1st and goal, and it's a long 1st and goal from about the 10-yard line. But again, they're cooking up some solid plays, man. Just throw them in motion, the little receiver screens here. It's we haven't seen anything like this at Utah State. So they're going to try and go on the ground and get into the end zone, and they can't. So on 3rd and goal, it's our last opportunity to get into the end zone. We got to force 3 points here if we can. We send the kitchen sink, and we get to the quarterback, but he gets rid of the ball at the very, very last second, man. I was like, you know what, I'm going to try the blitz, because we've been doing good on getting in the backfield. They've just been doing a lot of quick trick plays that have been able to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands. And so I'm like, if we can force him to try and throw it within about a second or so, we might be able to get to the quarterback. And we did manage to get to him. Look at that, dude. He takes a shot, and that ball shouldn't have been caught. It was behind him, but that was a good catch by the receiver, man. Kyle Ford with some impressive hands. You like to see that. So, on 1st and 10 now, we finally get a chance with the offense. Man is in pursuit, and we get that one off to a receiver again. And I think it's Royals, and he just shakes a man off, and he's gone off to the races, and he is in the end zone, and that is Royals. It's Jalen Royals, who was just standing there on the chalk. He had his man thrown off by about a yard or so, and I can't believe he had the burst of speed. He literally just shook off his defender, said, dude, get off of me. I got the speed for this. So, in just a quick play here, a quick offensive possession, the lead is now back to 14 points, and we have 21 in the first half against the Trojans. And just look at this, man. Boom, just spinning out of there. Burst of speed, said, whoop, get off of me, son, and off to the races. I can't believe USC doesn't have the speed in their secondary to catch up with a guy like Jalen Royals, but he is our best player on offense, so I guess I can't be too surprised. So 1st and 10 now on the other side of the ball for USC, trying to get inside, and we can't. And they dial up to their top receiver, and he's gone, man. Just shakes off one guy. I tried to get in there with the second guy, missed the tackle entirely, and off to the races he goes. And he's going to hit the shmoney on us, bro. He's going to shmoney dance all over us. And so USC answers back very, very quickly. And do not count the Trojans out, man. They are a ranked Power 5 team. We are a lowly Mountain West team, man. We can end up with yolk on our face a lot quicker. And again, just another weirdly placed pass, man. That one was low. It was kind of behind him, but hey, man, he's got the hands for it. And yeah, just gone. Just absolutely gone. No one in pursuit. No one even trying. So we come up short on offense, and so the Trojans are going to get an opportunity here in our territory before halftime. So on 3rd and 2, it's a dot across the middle to the guy who just had the massive touchdown. And he picks up the first down for the Trojans. So on 2nd and 4 now, inside the red zone, all day to throw for the quarterback, and that's what happens when you give him all day to throw. I think it's Kyle Ford again, the receiver who had the, not the last receiving touchdown, but the one before that, USC's first touchdown. He comes up big with his second touchdown of the game, and just like that, folks, just like that, the game is tied. Just like that, the lead is given up, and we are now kind of sitting with our hands on our sides trying to wonder how it all went wrong. But that is going to do it for the first half of play, and we're going to get a chance to go to the locker room here and just kind of just, you know, realign, refocus here. We're doing okay on offense, so I hate how it counts the sack yardage for your rushing production, because we obviously don't have -9 yards rushing, even though I haven't been focusing too much on how well we've been running, which was kind of the big area of focus against FCS, but we've been able to pass pretty efficiently here in this game, which I'm happy about, because you would think that against a team like USC in this game, that would be where we really struggle and falter. I remember talking to my brother and how much he struggles with these Power 5 teams, and I mean, it is a tie ball game, but I remember playing this game, man. I was never really too worried or concerned about how the game would go. I felt kind of a good sense of confidence here, and already we're cooking in Trojan territory out of the half here. We're going to give it to Faison. Beautiful cut inside to throw off that defender and pick up the first down. That's why we love him. 1st and 10 again for the Aggies. We're going to send this one across the middle. Just dot that one over the linebacker's head to Hestera, who hauls it in for another Utah State first down. So send the man in motion. It's a fake jet touch pass. We're going to go with Faison, who shakes off a couple men and gets brought down finally, so only getting about a handful of yards. On 2nd and 5, the Stadium Pulse is bumped. We're going to give it to Briggs Jr. He's got space on the outside, cuts inside, and gets absolutely clobbered by the linebacker, but he does pick up the first down. So on 1st and goal, we're going to go with Faison again, who's got some space outside. Try to get past that defender to get inside the end zone, and he can't quite get past him. So on 2nd and goal, we're going to go with Faison again, and I thought I was going to have to go outside. I tried to cut inside of that massive hole, and fortunately, I was still able to get into the end zone, so it is another Rasul Faison touchdown, baby. We were going to call his name eventually in this game. You knew we had to. So we take the lead here in a very quick very calculated drive here in the Coliseum, man. It was a beautiful, beautiful drive put together, and that is how you stay in ball games like this, man. Beautiful, beautiful football by your Utah State Aggies. So, and here we go. I said in the last video, you'll see me miss PATs, and this is an example, man. We angled it up well, just held A for a little bit too long. Don't know why I did that, but shanked that one far left, and that's going to end the third quarter. So we only hold a 6-point lead over the Trojans, and that lead is definitely not sacred with how we have played. And here is the receiver comparison. Zachariah Branch has been absolutely dogging us all game here, even though Jalen Royals did have a nice play earlier in this game. And there you see the stadium pulse is affecting us, but Petrus dials up one and puts it in a window, man. That was a dangerous pass, but I saw that window. I'm like, can he get that in there? And he did, shockingly. But after a sack here, it's going to be 3rd and 18. We're going to go for a home run ball again, and that one is very well covered by the Trojan defense. So we come up empty on offense, and that's going to make give us, the Trojans, another opportunity, but we have them facing a 3rd and 11. Pressure gets inside, and it is a horrendous throw by the quarterback, and that is our one of our best players on the team here, our star defensive player, Larson, our free safety, who makes an amazing play on the ball. I mean, it wasn't really too difficult again. It was just a pretty terrible pass by USC because you could very clearly see that we had our safety just kind of sitting on that route all the way downfield. Like, he was just absolutely sitting and waiting on it. I mean, just look at this, man. Ike Larson, beautiful play, man. We'd love to see it. But just, okay, not a great angle. But there you see, look, he was tracking that ball from like 5 yards away. I don't know what he saw, but we are already facing a 3rd and 9 in Trojan territory. We have to get a first down, get something cooking here, and I get it off to the tight end, and I was hoping he could shed that tackle, but he couldn't. So 4th and 5, we're going to try another field goal, man, and this is my first attempt at like an actual field goal. I had never tried one before, so just, you guys can laugh at me here. It looks like I had it dialed up well, but I think I just let go of A too early or something, or just didn't hold. I don't know what I did wrong, man, but it's not a good attempt. So we don't get any points on the board from the USC interception. So they have another opportunity on offense, and it is 2nd and 10. And now that one is dialed up very well, as that's a brand new receiver who's catching this one, and he's shaking off everybody. There's 4 Aggies in the vicinity, and it finally takes the 4th one 10 yards downfield to finally make the open field tackle, man. Just ridiculous. So USC flips the field on 2nd and 10. That receiver's just sitting there. Zachariah Branch is just standing on that little button route, waiting for it, and he hauls it in. So on 2nd and goal here from at the 8-yard line, and it's another interception, and it's going the other way, and there's no one there, but Zachariah Branch has the wheels, man. Are we going to get away? He's looking. He feels the pressure on his back, and Zachariah Branch catches up, and it's not going to be a pick six, but we're going to take this one probably 60, 70 yards back the other way. Beautiful interception, man. We have 2 very important picks late in this ballgame with a minute and a half left to go. We just need to keep the ball away from USC as we find Hystera across the middle, who's trying to avoid the pressure here. And Faison had a good block laid down. I just didn't really read it all that well. But USC's going to call timeout now because they are staring at the end of this game, man. And they're coming up empty-handed. So with 30 seconds on 3rd and goal, can we get into the end zone? And we floats one out to the corner of the end zone, and it's Hystera again who hauls it in for the touchdown. It's another Aggie touchdown. Can you believe it? We're going to send the Trojans back, and look at the fans hanging their heads. They don't know what to do. Upset by Utah State in the Coliseum? There's no way. There's just no way. What kind of team is this? What kind of coach is this? Who is Richard Poker? Where'd he come from? Just kidding, bro. If this was real life connected with the NCAA 04 Dynasty, they would absolutely know who Richard Poker is, and they would know that they're in for some stuff. So on the 2-point conversion here, I just kind of waited too long. Had 2 receivers in the back of the field, waited too long. It almost looked like he kind of tried to lead that ball a little bit right into the safety, who was just kind of sitting in the corner of the end zone. But I had 2 receivers wide open in the back of the end zone that I just somehow couldn't get the ball to. So with 10 seconds left in the game, USC going to still try and mount some kind of comeback if they can. Quickly gets rid of the ball to Zachariah Branch, who gets brought down in bounds. He can't get out of bounds. That's 4th and 3, and they're going to try and run the hurry up and get back to the line, but the clock is running. And since that wasn't a first down, the clock does not stop. And that is going to do it for your ball game. And the Utah State Aggies pull off the upset against the number 20th ranked USC Trojans. Unbelievable. An absolute hard-fought game here. Spencer Petrus had the game of his life. 76.5% completion percentage, man. 3 touchdowns. We were absolutely dialing up things through the air, which is just shocking. We couldn't even do that against FCS West. But in this game against the Trojans, man, the passing game was on point, man. You couldn't tell us anything else. Just an amazing performance by the Aggies, man. 2 very costly interceptions by USC really put this game within reach for us. a game that really shouldn't have been within reach for us. And look at this, man. USC outplayed us. 342 yards of total offense, over 100 yards more of offense than we had. They were absolutely dialing things up through the air, but thanks to all the mental mistakes, man, from USC, we were able to take this one. You got to remember, our first touchdown there in the first quarter was a kick return. So one of our, or 7 of our 33 points was off of a kick return, and then we did also get some points off of the interception, I think. So, I mean, that's off the second interception we did. So, 2 big, massive mistakes really kind of spelled the demise for the Trojans in this game. So, see, look at that. We didn't even produce that much on the run game. So, Faison had a much worse game production-wise than he did last week against FCS West. And Jalen Royal is the class of our receiving core with only 82 yards, or 82 yards on only 2 receptions, man. So, just those 2 massive catches was all that she wrote. So taking a look across the board here, so JD Drew had the interception, and then of course Ike Larson, our free safety, had the other one. So not a big update here on the prospect front of things here. We did reach into the top 5 and 8 of some other important guys, especially that 4-star. It's a good thing to see. And then not much of an update to the program as well. So things are staying pat. Pretty good looking ahead now. And it is a massive rivalry that we have against Utah. So the Battle of Mormonism, I guess. the brothers are, with their sister wives, invite them all down. There's only so much room at Maverick Stadium, but it's going to be a big one against the Utes here, who are ranked 7th in the country, man. So I'm going to need a packed house at Maverick Stadium in Logan, Utah, man, for this big one. It's the rivalry of brothers, I think is what they call it. But yeah, the Mormon brothers. So I hope to see everyone in Logan, Utah, man, for this game against the Utah Utes.